Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Tom and this is Tom's Toys 95. I'm a full-time worker and a part-time eBay reseller. So in these videos I like to go over all of my eBay sales, document my journey with you guys and go through what I sold, where I picked it up from, tell you how much I paid for it and ultimately how much it sold for. At the end of the video then I'll go over the results for the week and show you how much I made. So my sales start from Saturday morning through to Friday night. It's now Sunday and over the last couple of days I've sold only a few things. Now some things have sold since I've decided to record this segment of the video, but it is quite late and I don't want to go in my garage and wake the neighbours up, so I'll be going through those tomorrow and I'll just piece together my clips throughout the week. So 3 sales to begin with and let's get straight into it. So the first one in no particular order is this Kaibo watch. Now this came from a big watch bundle that I picked up. Regular viewers of the channel will know that I picked up a big watch bundle for £4,000 with 280 watches and I think it was like 250 pieces of jewellery in the summer about 18 months ago, and I've been selling them through slowly but surely, but when they do sell I make some good profit. So each of the watches cost me £10 and this one has sold for £27.50 and that is a Kaibo yellow, I think it's a Giant 40 watch, and these do light up. I don't know if this one does anymore because the batteries are 18 months old. So yeah, this one doesn't light up unfortunately, but usually you press the button there and the dial lights up and that's the gimmick of the watch. But yeah, hopefully get about £15 profit on that one after all the fees and stuff. So the next sale is quite a cool one. This is an MG coin set which I picked up from a car boot sale last year. Now someone was selling a job lot of these for around about £1 or £2 each, and he had a load of these like iPhone charging cables that were MG branded as well as the coins, and he wanted £1 for the cables, £2 for these. Now he had 10 of these, so that should have been 20 quid, and I think he had something like 36 of the iPhone charging cables, it should have been about 36 quid. So the whole bundle should have cost me over £50–60, and I asked him how much for the whole lot and he did it for 20 quid. So I worked out on my spreadsheet these cost me 70p. So these are just little commemorative coins celebrating, I think it's the launch of the MG3 and the 2nd anniversary of the MG6 production at Longbridge in 2013. So there's a coin for each car. Now this one, I believe it went on an offer for £9, but 70p to £9, not going to complain. I did list these at £12.50 and I've sold 1 or 2 so far, but this one has gone for £9 on an offer, so I might reduce that maybe down to a tenner, but I've still got about 7 or 8 left of these. The next sale then, and the last for now, is this River Island t-shirt. Doesn't owe me much. I think I bought this in a clearance online, and I wasn't sure whether to get a large or an extra large, so I bought one of each as they were £4 in the clearance, and turns out the extra large one fit me well and the large one was quite tight, which is this one, so I decided to pass this one on. Originally £20 on the label, paid £4, and someone sent me an offer today for £7.50 plus postage, so I'll just take it. The actual writing on there says something 2022, so it's like a 3–4 year old t-shirt, so it doesn't really mean much that it's got the year on it. It's just what, you know, some random River Island gibberish that they put on their shirts. But yeah, only a little bit of profit on that one, but just happy to, but basically to get back what I paid for it. But yeah, those 3 sales need wrapping up, taking to work tomorrow, and then I'm going to post them on my lunch break, and then I'll also probably grab the other sales in the morning and go through those with you as well.
Right, morning guys, it's now Monday and these are the 2 sales that sold late last night. So the first one is this Super Mario figure. Now this is Pom Pom and I picked this up from B&M for, I think it was £7.99. Now these were selling quite well for around 15–16 quid, but the price just seemed to have dropped recently. I presume they've, you know, become more readily available, but this one sold for £13.50 on an offer. Now the next sale is an England bucket hat. Now I would have liked to have kept this one, but bucket hats really don't suit me. But this one was from the car boot. Picked this up for, I think it was £2 or £1.50, sorry. It's up for 2 and I offered £1.50, so it's just a Primark hat. Got the old England retro badge on it and I took an offer on that for £9. But yeah, as you can see, really doesn't suit me at all, so that's why I decided to pass this one on.
Hey guys, it's now Thursday. I've been to a funeral and wake today, so I haven't been posting any parcels. It was about lunchtime, which is usually when I post my parcels anyway, so I wouldn't have had time to post them, so they don't need posting until tomorrow, so I'll go over the sales later on in the video. But for now, on the way back, I popped into a charity shop and just picked up a couple of things. So I've just finished work and back to head home for the day. So I only picked up the 4 things. 2 are the same thing and so are the other 2. Now it's funny because I haven't really seen much of the one item before and then I find another one straight away, so I assume they've been donated by the same person. But anyway, the first one I found was this Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 DVD. Usually I don't really touch DVDs, they're not worth anything. However, this one is still sealed and it comes with a Barry the Berry plush. Now, I've not seen the second movie, I have seen the first one, but I don't know who this Barry the Berry is, but it does come with a little plush toy. Couldn't find anything about this on eBay, so I thought I'd give it a chance. Might list it for like 10-15 quid and see how I get on. And then following up from that, I also found this copy of the Croods, which comes with another toy. Now this one is an Asda exclusive. The seal is ripped on that one, unfortunately, but it's still brand new and it comes with the gift. So hopefully the toy will be worth a little bit of money, so I might be able to sell that one for maybe a tenner because it's ripped. The next two I thought I'd pick up for my own collection. Now they're both on PC. I don't really play PC games, but I do have a PC that's powerful enough to run sort of mid-range, lower end games, especially older games. So I thought I'd pick up these, and they're 10p each. So we've got Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and it does have the codes and stuff inside to play, and the discs are nice, so for 10p, happy to add it to the collection. And the last one I've never played before, heard very, very good things about it, and hopefully they make a third eventually, but I need to check out on why it's so good, and that is Half-Life 2. So 10p, can't really argue with that. Comes with the manual and also got the little code to play it, so buzzing with that. So yeah, good pickups. I think £6.20 spent. Hopefully I'll get about 15-20 quid back after fees on those DVDs, and then the games are free. Right then guys, it's Friday, I'm at work, I've brought all my orders into work and I'm going to get them wrapped and posted on my lunch break, which is now. So there's 6 things that have sold, and there's still a little bit of time for the rest of the evening to make some more sales, so there may even be more yet, but this could be it for the week, so I'm going to go through them now. So I'll pan the camera around and show you what I sold. So up first we have this Wimbledon lapel pin badge, which was £2 from the car boot. Now this is a genuine one from the actual Wimbledon, and this has sold for £16.45, which I'm quite surprised about. But yeah, surprisingly had more value than I thought. I knew it would have some value. I was expecting around £8 to £10, but yeah, £16.45, good strong price on that one. This next one, this is obviously sold because of Inter being in the Champions League final, but I presume this is from like 2010 or something. But this was £1 from the car boot, and this is an Inter Milan polo shirt, size XXL, and it's Champions League branded, which is quite strange. So I don't know where this would originally come from. I think they did win it in like 2010 under Mourinho, so maybe it's like some sort of merch from back then, but either way it doesn't really have a date on it. But that's sold for £12, and I paid £1 for it from the car boot about 2 years ago. So the next thing to sell was this Reebok watch. This came from the watch bundle. This owes me a tenner. There is one annoying problem there, is I've just noticed there's a thing there that says light, and when I press it, it doesn't work. So I've turned the watch off at the moment, but when the watch was on, it wasn't working. Now I do have a disclaimer in there to say that any batteries might have run out. Now I'm assuming this is going to be one of those dual battery watches, so maybe there was never a battery in there, or maybe the batteries died and only the actual watch battery was replaced. But yeah, I'm sure that'll be working because they are all new old stock, but it's just a shame that the light doesn't work, so hopefully I don't get any sort of bad feedback for that. But there is a disclaimer in there to say the batteries maybe run out. But this owes me a tenner, and it sold for £29.99. That is a Reebok one. And then the next one is a Star Wars Jedi Survivor poster. This came from the game bundle that was closing down, and I got a big box of essentially junk. It was all like pre-order stuff and random lanyards and key rings and things, and they owe me 40p each. So I have 33 of these posters, and this is the second one to sell, but that's gone for £4.75, only owes me 40p. The next one is this Street Fighter 4 variant cover. Now, I believe this might have been some sort of HMV exclusive back in the day, and this is like an alternative cover art to the original, and that owes me £4 from a CEX, and that's sold for £9.95. And then the last thing to sell is this Dying Light game, which I paid £2 for from the car boot, good condition, and it's sold for £6.95. So yeah, all these need wrapping now. I'm going to take them to the post office and get them all cleared. Hey guys, it's now Saturday, the week has been concluded, we made no more sales last night, so it's time to go over the results for the week. Now, first off, I didn't meet my target. I have a £150 target profit that I try and make, and it's kind of well below that this week. However, I have been listing stuff over the last couple of days, which I'll go through in a moment. I've listed quite a lot of stuff on my store, and I've got a lot more stuff to list for next week as well. So I am being quite aggressive over the next week or so. We're just listing. And the last couple of weeks I haven't really been spending much money. I've been trying to save and let it build up, but as a result, although I haven't been letting it build up, it's not really been building up because I haven't really been making too many sales. So I'm trying to list as much as possible just to try and boost some income really. yeah, so I've been to a few car boots, but the stuff that I bought I haven't had time to list, so it hasn't really had any effect on my store, so to speak. So the stuff I bought has not made me any profit because it's not been listed, and it's just taking money out of my pot. So if anything, my money's just going down, not up. So next couple of weeks I am just gonna buy less and try and list as much as possible, make as much money as I can. So there was car boots on this weekend. There were two that I could have gone to Saturday and Sunday, and there was also the gaming market is coming up this weekend. It's the Birmingham gaming market, so by the time this video has gone live it would have been and gone, but I didn't buy a ticket for that because I know what I'm like. I'll go and I'll spend £300-400 on games and it'll go in my collection and it won't go on eBay, so I'll just be spending money that I don't really have. So I decided to leave it this time round. They come round all the time, they're every month in a different city. There'll be a chance to go again. So yeah, I'm just trying to curb my spending at the moment because at the how it's going is not very good. It's not going in the right direction. But yeah, enough waffling. The gross sales then for this week, so £207.54, which is everything from what I sold plus postage, and the fees this week were £38.04. The postage was £31.82, and the cost to buy all the items was £56.09, which isn't too bad. £56 to buy the items, £207 came in, but after all the fees and stuff been taken off, then my profit for the week is £81.59, which is just over half of what I actually want to get per week. So not a great week, but I have kicked myself in the arse this week and, you know, tried to list some more stuff. So on that note, before we end the video, I'm going to go over what I've listed this week. So I've got two big boxes of stuff, and a lot of it is from car boots and stuff which I haven't shown you yet. So there's a few car boot videos that I've got planned which I haven't had a chance to edit or get uploaded yet, so some of this stuff is new. But we've got this James West figure. Now I'm not going to go through how much I paid and stuff like that, but I'm just going to show you sort of what's been listed. So there's this James West figure from Wild Wild West. Then I've got, these are pretty cool, got these from a charity shop this week. These are the DVDs with the plushes, so I listed these. And we've got the Croods as well. This Slam Attack, so this was already listed on my store, probably had about 120 cards in there, and then I bought some loose cards from a car boot the other weekend, and I went through, took them all out, put them all in order, reshuffled them, and there's now 200 cards in there. So I've listed that for a higher price. I picked up these Sidemen cereal, I can't help it, and they were £3, so I've eaten these ones. This is just an empty box, but it is a limited edition one, and this is the Squid Game sort of variant, whatever you want to call it. So I thought I'd list these two together as these are technically like limited edition ones. Those I think are listed for like £16 and I paid £3 each for them. And then these usually sell quite well. These are cassettes that I think you can like record on them. So you can put like video footage and stuff on them, so these are pretty cool. These are for like camcorders. So these are all brand new and sealed. So I think I paid £8 for the bunch, and I listed those for around about 15 to 20. This Cars Watch and Wallet I listed. Then we've got another box here. So I think I've added at least like 30 listings to my shop this week, and I've got loads for next week because I've just, as I said, I've got stuff to list. So Forky True Talkers. We got some Hobbit figures, Gandalf and Legolas. We got this Pokemon tin, and then inside here there's a load of little bits as well. So we've got this Call of Duty patch, this Lego toy car. We got these little pop pockets. So I listed 3 of those in a bundle. We got a Tech Deck skateboard, and we got a pack of sealed football cards. Which are, I think, like promotional ones you get with a newspaper, but they're still sealed. So all of those are really cheap from the same seller at the car boot. They were like 10p an item or something stupid. So I've listed all those. We got some M&M poker chips, which is pretty cool, like the M&M peanuts. There's some pieces missing from that though, so I'm not going to get a full asking price for that. We've got this Transformers figure from 2008. This Thor figure from 2011 still in the box. So some pretty cool stuff, and these manga samplers. So all of this has been listed this week, so can't really complain, but it's not going to take effect just yet. You know, you got to boost the algorithm and all that lot. So that's been listed throughout the week, and hopefully next week that'll start to take effect and make some more sales. And as I said, I've got loads of stuff I need to list as well. So it's just a time at the moment where I need to just concentrate on selling and not buying. So yeah, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching if you got this far. Really appreciate the support. Please like the video, and if you're new around here, please consider subscribing for more more eBay reselling videos on YouTube. And I also do game collecting as well, as you can see from all the games behind me. I like to go to CEX and gaming markets and car boots and just pick up video games for my collection. All of the profits from the eBay stuff goes into my collection, so that's kind of how I manage to grow the collection, really. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.